Hey, I had, well, there's something that I found on the OC12 and I want to share with you guys. I didn't film it, but let me show you what I found. All right. Look at that beauty, huh? So that's a patch that I made out of an 1/8" piece of aluminum. And the reason I made that is because this bolt hole here on this case had a hairline crack in it. And these are cast aluminum and they're really old. And in my experience in the past, if you try to weld on these, it makes the aluminum very brittle. So my solution to that was to create an aluminum plate for a patch, and then I use an epoxy that I've used before that has worked unbelievably well, especially for aluminum, and I don't know why, but I use it on a couple of other repairs on other vehicles, and actually ended up selling the vehicles, and they still had these patches, and it's this stuff. The rating on it is 3,200 psi. After a 16-hour cure, and you're able to handle it within an hour, and it sets up in about 5 minutes. So basically what I did is I mixed some of this up, put it on the patch, held the patch here, and then took some hammers and tapped around this to form it to the shape, because there's a slight curve to it. And so now it's curing up, and it's been curing for about an hour. So I'm going to continue putting this differential together today, but I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that I did have to make a slight repair. Would it have ran without this repair? Oh, I'm most certain that it would be just fine, but just for a little bit of peace of mind, I put this patch on here. Does it help? Maybe. I mean, who really knows? I'm not sure what type of forces are put on this little gearbox on the side, this drop box, but I'm pretty sure it's not very much because the reduction on it is just huge. So you're taking one rotation, you know, from this, which probably equates to 1/5 of a rotation of this. So anyhow, I just want to make sure you guys knew that and that I was transparent with that. Aside from that, we got these axles and these axle tubes to get assembled, sealed up, and onto this OC12, as well as the cover. I've looked over everything inside here and everything is looking pretty good. So we'll get that cover put on, and then we're going to let everything cure up with the RTV and whatnot. And then I think I'm going to basically just do a rust prevention. I know the whole housing and everything is aluminum, but you've got steel axles and axle tubes, so that's kind of the difference. This is aluminum, but the bolts and everything else are steel. So what I think I'm going to do, instead of mixing up a bunch of Rust-Oleum, I'm going to use one of my other favorite paints. And this is held up phenomenally well on the wheels on Able. So I think what we'll do is we'll end up using some of this stuff to just, you know, make it all look even and give it a good coating. And it should turn out just fine. So anyways, let's get started on that. Well, there you go. That's a complete standard track width OC12. It's ready to be installed, but I need to go to Walmart and get some more brake cleaner. I'll do some more brake cleaner on it, spray it down and clean it up really good, and then we'll hang it up on the cherry picker and paint it with that spray paint that I showed you at the beginning of this video. Not too much fighting today with this, but one axle, the tolerancers are really tight on it, so we had to tap it in with the hammer, as you saw there Willow doing with the Sledge-O-Matic. But everything turns on it nice and smooth. I mean, I can turn it by hand. Everything on it is super smooth. So this motivates me to keep moving forward here. One of the things that we're going to do coming up once this is painted is we're going to have to get this mounted to the frame after, of course, all these wheels are done, and I'm waiting on tires for that. So it may be a while before we get to that point to where we get the frame down on the floor, and then we can get the rear differential on it. And then we need to start doing mock-up for the, the transmission and the motor. And I think the motor will be pretty high on the priority list to get that torn apart and figure out what's going on with it and why it has blow-by. But yeah, this is a huge step. It cleans up the garage a little bit, gives me some more space to work, and I'm definitely excited about this project. If you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel and you've never been here before, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way to this point. If you want to go back on the channel and see some of my other builds, I'm sure you'll like those as much as I did. But other than that, guys, that's going to be it for today. So take care, and I'll catch you next time. See you later. Bye-bye.